I had a recent conversation with someone about the Hebrew language, and I hadn't talked about this for a long time, and he reminded me of something. When we first start learning the Hebrew language, some of the first words that we learn are pretty basic, and probably the most basic one is the word Shalom, or peace. In our own description of that, peace is, when we think of peace in the English language, we think of, peace of mind, being at rest. Some may even think it's an absence of war, but it's really not what it's about. It's more like having a completeness. Being at peace with God is being complete with God. But it can be broken down even more. Broken down in the letters. As a matter of fact, when we spell it out, when we spell out Shalom, it's Shin, Lamed, Vav, Mem. You've heard me talk about it in the past, but a Shin, basically looks like this, the same thing that you see in the priestly blessing. It's also known as the Handprint of God. So, in other words, if I put my hand down and I press it into the dirt, I can leave a handprint. And as a matter of fact, when you look at a map of Israel, you can see where God put his handprint. You can see the hills and the valleys. It's shaped like the letter Shin. It's really cool. Shin is also the first letter of Shaddai. It's the letter that you see on a mezuzah when you put on your doorpost. We can go on and on about just that letter and Shaddai and all of that. Then the next letter is the Llamad. The Llamad, when you look at it, it's shaped like a shepherd's staff. Oh, and I think of a great shepherd, that Shaddai, that great shepherd that leads us. And then you've got the Vav. Now the Vav is shaped like a nail, and it's it can be a peg or a nail. I can think of what it holds us all together. It holds everything all together. And I can think about the nail scars in his hands and how he, without that, everything would still be falling apart. We'd still be in that fallen state that we can't get out of. And then that last letter is the Mem. Now, Mem has to do with water. When you look at it, it's kind of shaped like this, like running water. And that at some point in your life, in your new birth experience, you're going to have to go down into the waters, into a mikveh, and come out again, born into new life, born again, so to speak. So that's pretty basic. If you want completeness in your life, there's so much more to just shalom than just having peace of mind, but it's having a completeness in God. Thanks for listening this morning.